All right, welcome to the Virgo reading. This reading does not have to be for Virgo sun, moon, or rising. This really applies to the archetypal energy of Virgo, and how this may apply to you is going to be very unique, specific, and individual. You can, of course, use whatever zodiac signs you resonate with in conjunction to the Virgo energy, or you can use it as an archetypal message directly from Virgo to you, irrelevant of your zodiac sign. So take these messages as they resonate and apply them as they fit, and leave what does not feel like it is for you. Let's dive into the reading for this Virgo energy. Actually, the first thing that I was getting before I even hit record was something about a stampede. Stampeding energy. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. Animals and nature could be very significant right now. Or a big part, I'm hearing a clue. Something about a clue and a category. The Wheel of Fortune. Things beginning to move forward or increasing in speed to such a degree that it gets everything else moving right along with it. And something that was once stable could become, I'm seeing like stampeding elephants and rhinos and wildebeests and all of these massive creatures that are, as they're running, they're shaking the ground. And I'm seeing pebbles kind of like flying up off of the ground. So there's like this momentum here that is really shaking things up. I'm hearing the word torque, and I'm seeing an F1 race car, and I wanted to call it a spaceship. So it's like there's something here that you are transcending or moving very quickly through, or this energy could just be transmitting through you in a very intense type of way. The star, the starship. There's some kind of an elevation or a rise here. As this, I'm hearing new degrees of knowledge. Okay, new degrees of knowledge arising as a result of this stampeding type energy. But let me see what else this is connected to or why this is coming up. King of Swords, new information. Okay, there's the confirmation. And it feels like it's coming from the stars, like it's coming from above, but it's being grounded or anchored into the physical, or it's landing on Earth in such a way that it's creating this massive shift or momentum. Something about timing is significant to that as well. We have the Lovers. The timing of a union, or the timing of connection, or the timing of this groundbreaking, earth-shattering type of movement. Queen of Cups. Love, the Lovers and her pregnant belly are standing out to me there. So there could be something about a literal union that produces or bears fruit. Or we could take that very symbolically. Okay, I just heard cleansing and something about the hearth fire, something about the home or the home frequency being cleansed. And I'm hearing adopting new ways. 8 of Cups, okay? Adopting new ways, and she's carrying this broom, which is for cleansing, not just for flight. So there's an indication of a sort of superior frequency that is being moved into as a result of the cleansing out of something that was not or no longer in alignment. I'm hearing fresh start and a cleansing, refreshing rebirth. 8 of Swords. The mind plays tricks on you, and time can sometimes cause us to fall prey to its illusion. Time can distort our perception of reality. Something that happens very intensely can feel like days or weeks. Something that moves very slowly can make one day feel like a million. So there's something about relativity here and time perception. And I feel like it's connected to this message of movement, and I'm hearing opening up. Knight of Swords, movement, opening up, channeling, receiving, transmitting, communicating, expressing, delivering a message, receiving a message, transmitting a message. Seven of Wands. I heard security and fallibility. Security and fallibility. There does seem to be a need for communication to express. Eight of Wands, because this movement is fast, and you may receive a warning signal or be the one giving a warning signal to get out of the way of this stampede, or you may be the one who's running in that stampede, depending on how this frequency or how this energy is being translated or moved through. Page of Cups. Messenger. I'm hearing messenger in disguise, and we have the child of the Queen of Cups here with this Page of Cups energy. It's like the message is received and transmitted, but it may come in a form that you wouldn't predict or you wouldn't expect, like art or some kind of upheaval in your life, or someone who is perceivably younger than you, who you wouldn't expect to have that kind of wisdom or knowledge or forewarning. Strength on the bottom. Strength and courage. Since I was shown all those animals, let's get some from the animal deck as well. I'm hearing a huge shift. Okay, we have Kiwi do a walking meditation each day for the next week. It's like those animals aren't walking, they're running. They're sprinting. They're galloping. Cat. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over-dependency on others. Well, there may be communication or need for communication in terms of boundaries within relationships or within groups, because if you're not wanting to go along with that stampede, you either need to get out of the way or you get trampled or you need to run with it. So it's like you're going to have to determine what this means for you, but there could be a need for you to get out of the way of it if you don't want to participate in that energy. Otherwise, you could even, there's so many options here. Like you could ride on the back of one of these stampeding animals, you could run with them, you could get out of the way, you could warn other people to get out of the way, or you get trampled. So there's lots of different kind of outcomes to this metaphor, this scenario. And it's going to be up to you to figure out what feels like the best option. Wolverine, you're a lot tougher than you think you are. Strength, clearly. Clearly, you're a lot tougher than you think you are. I'm hearing mental fortitude, strength. And I'm hearing looking to areas of fallibility in the mind. Peacock. Let yourself stand out and be noticed. I'm hearing becoming who you are. On the bottom, we have humpback whale. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. And I don't know if you've noticed, I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but I did put on some meditation music in the background today, and it was specifically 432 hertz. So something about the frequency here could be significant in this healing. Walrus, remain vigilant about the current situation, pay attention to signs and omens, and let them dictate your choices. I wouldn't say let them dictate your choices. I would say pay attention to them so you have this information that can help you to make decisions that feel right with you. I would say don't let anything outside of you dictate your choices and actions. Let those solely be dictated by you. But definitely take into account the shifting of this energy or these frequencies or these dynamics in relationships and what is required of you to participate in that change or shift. Okay, let's grab some archetypes. What else does Virgo need to know here? Oh, some of these are reversed. The river, the mother. Yeah, the mother seems to be significant. I'll put these back in the right way and we'll do that again, but those wanted to be seen for a reason. Okay. The forest. Now that's an interesting image. I was just shown forests like trees that were planted deep into the ground, uprooting themselves and jumping out of the way as all of these animals ran through. All of these animals stampeded. And the trees didn't want to get hit, and the animals were not avoiding them, so the trees moved out of the way. The bridge. This seems like a very open and meant to be interpreted type of message. The starborn. It's coming from the stars. Coming from the stars. Let yourself be different. I'm hearing something about being unsure. If you're unsure of who you are or what you should do, look to this connection of energy here with the bridge, the conduit. The orphan. It's like finding yourself. The word overdependency is standing out here to me, and the orphan feels like the opposite. The orphan may feel more tempted to be less dependent because that connection wasn't there, or it could stimulate that overdependency because that security and that connection wasn't there. So there's something about like uprooting. Family could be involved in this message. Just this feeling of security, this feeling of being grounded or rooted, like the forest, the family of trees, and needing to move out of the way for something bigger coming through. Or to hop on the bandwagon of what feels right. But I would caution with that to make sure that you're very much aware and aligned with who you are before hopping onto any bandwagons. The mentor. It feels like there's a teacher here. Whether you're the teacher or you're the student and the teacher is appearing because you're ready, there's a bridging of one state of being or knowledge to the next. There's a transmission of this information. It's being given and received. It's being transmitted and translated. Just like the roots of the trees connect with each other and transmit information back and forth, and even resources or nutrients, this is happening at a collective level. And it's in divine timing. There could be something astrological connected to this as well. And then on the bottom, we have the eternal child. Wow, the orphan and the eternal child. The abandoned inner child that never dies, the eternal spirit needing to be reborn here or cracked open. And I'm hearing feeling the shifts. Feeling the shifts. I feel like I need more information. Hold on. What shifts? I'm hearing patience. Patience. And I'm being shown flowers, and I'm hearing impatience. Impatience, I think that's a type of flower. Okay, we have violet. The answers and truths are always within. So this inner mentor could be awakening and coming from your higher self. The violet flame could be part of some aspect of transmutation that's taking place that's allowing you to see yourself more clearly. And to protect or redirect yourself as needed. Okay. Daffodil, the sun shines brighter than when you are here. Do you feel like someone has outshone you or been outshining you? Where does your light need to be stronger? Where do you need to strengthen that light of yourself? Because two lights they're not meant to compete with each other. Lily, good partnerships are made of equal amounts of positivity. So there's definitely a partnership here that's meant to be equal and balanced, but you may feel like you get steamrolled sometimes or you get neglected. I'm hearing the word restored. I'm hearing faith restored in humanity. Something about optimism and positivity, hope and healing coming from a space of this receiving of understanding is kind of what it feels like. Receiving of understanding. Baronia, do not fear or doubt the new paths ahead. You're walking this path, walking through life. Life is a meditation and you are walking it every day. And you don't need to run. It's all unfolding exactly as it should. Time and a place for everything. I'm going to take those 3 actually. Sunflower, practice courage each day. Strength, growth, yellow, solar plexus chakra. Peony, prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow. I'm hearing creating a pathway. And Gladiola, set boundaries well to ensure good growth. And you did have that 7 of Wands, which is also about boundary setting. So there's an indication here to be intentional with how you direct yourself, how influenced you are by others, how much you influence yourself. I'm hearing something about an agreement, agreeing to something, compromising. It feels very nuanced, this message, Virgo. It feels like being able to understand yourself enough to be able to listen to those inner rumblings as a need takes place, or as a boundary needs to be set, or as you need to avoid something, or as you need to root yourself or uproot yourself as needed. There's this sort of inner conflict that I'm tapping into under the surface. And there's a message coming through about that to help you to balance it, to help you to understand yourself a little bit better here so that you can receive this mentorship or this understanding that comes from your higher self to intuitively respond to your environment and your relationships in a way that is appropriate to the situation and not derived from some past experience or wounding. You're meant to understand your own power. I'm seeing 8, 8, 8. 8, 8, 8. Wealth, abundance, power, power dynamics, the flow of above and below. Being able to harmonize those frequencies. I'm hearing 8 days. 8 days. Something about the 8th day. Well, our week is 7 days. So the 8th day would be like almost this day out of time, is how I'm interpreting that. The divine timing and the relativity of time. Being able to trust your higher self, your intuition, yourself, your gut instincts, and your inner knowing to a deeper and even to explore the darkness to help reveal that to yourself is going to help you to be less dependent, more independent, and in control of your power. Now, Kitty's coming into the reading, and we did have the cat, the domestic cat, and Kitty is for confirmation. She asserts her boundaries and communicates very, very clearly. She transmits her needs to me and demands that they be fulfilled. And I appreciate her for it. Yes, that's right, baby. That's very right. So you have small cat energy and big cat energy. helping you to restore this inner strength of independence, to stand up for your needs, to walk away from what doesn't serve you, to uphold relationships, or even to have the courage to face new things as they arise and your life shifts and changes. Trust yourself to know the way and to walk that path as if it is a meditation, where you can learn with each step that life brings you. And I also want to say that the time that it takes you to accomplish this will just be a drop in the bucket in the long term. So prepare yourself to embrace the experience of learning as you continue on your path. And I'm hearing keep going, keep going. All right, that's the message for Virgo or whoever you are who was drawn to this reading. Make sure that you take your time to digest the messages within this reading and in this group collective consciousness that we're tapping into here. I'm sending you much love and many hugs to help this process along so that you feel strong and stable and able to handle whatever life throws your way. And whatever you need is provided and restored. I love you. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.